Zohar, parashat Toledot, l'yom revi'i. ויקרא את עשיו בנו הגדול, וגלה מצדך דדינה קשה. He called him Esav, his son, Agadol, his big son. And it said, why is he called Benu Hagadol, big son? Because he was Gadol in din, kashe, in the rigor. ויאמר הנה נזקנתי לא ידעתי יום מותי. And he said, here I am becoming old, and he doesn't know the day of his death. רבי אלעזר פתח ואמר, אשר אדם עוז לו בך וגומר. The happy is a lot of the man who still has strength. זה קרא בענה שתקף בית וקודשה ביחו ושווה תוקפה בי. Happy is the lot of the man that reinforces himself with Hashem, and he puts all his faith in him. כי יכול חנניה מישאל וחזריה יתקפו ואמרו, the same thing as חנניה מישאל וחזריה, right? That renewed their faith and said in Daniel, and iti elhana di enchana palachin yachil leshazavutana migo itu nora di kitikav min yadach malka yeshaziv. Here there's our God, the one that we are serving. He can save us from this kifshan, the furnace of fire. And for sure he can save us from your hands of the king, was Chashverosh, yes? No, Nebuchadnezzar, right? דהילה יש הזיב, ולה יתקיים עליהו קודשה בריחו. ישתכח שמן דקודשה בריחו, דלה יתקדש, והעניהו דחולה כמעט דמהו. See, if Hashem did not save them, he said, then his name would not have been sanctified. It's one of these people, because like they said, Hashem will save us. אלא כיוון דידהו דלה אמרו כדכאות אחדו ואמרו. But when they realized that they didn't say it כמו they should have said it, that's why they had vehen la, like even then, ידיעה להביא מלכה וגומר, כן שזיו בן לה ישזיו ידיעה להביא מלכה וגומר. He says, but whether he saves us, whether he doesn't save us, he says, you should know that we will not serve you idols. So there's this hen, which is like a little condition, because we know that we should never put Hashem to a test, right, for any type of situation. ותננן, דמילה הודח להו יחזקאל. We know that from יחזקאל, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he didn't save them. ושמעו וקבלו מיני דקודשה בריחו לא יתקיים עליהו. And they heard and they accepted that when he told them that Hashem will not save them. And begin דקבלון אגרה. So they will accept, or they will receive a reward, because they had to למסור נפשם, like to sacrifice their souls. And then they answered, והנו ידיע להביא מלכה וגומר, אלא יתקף ברנש דיימה דקודשה בריחו, שזיוונו או יהו עביד לי כך וכך. He says what we have to understand is a man should not be so sure of himself that they will say, well, for sure Hashem is going to save me, or for sure he will do this and this for me. אבל זווה תוקפה בה וקודשה בריחו דסייר לה, כדי הוא השתדל באימון פקודין דאורייתא ומירח באורח ישות. But he should put his faith in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that he should help him. See? That he will help him to do the mitzvot that he has to do of the Torah, and that he should go on the right path. Because as we know, when man comes to purify himself, they help him for sure. And on this, he has to reinforce himself that Hashem will help him. And he should know that he needs to have his help like this, and he should not think that no, it is with my strength that I will be able to do all these things. That's why he says, and happy is the lot of the man that has strength. But the strength, which strength we're talking about? We're talking about the strength that Hashem puts in him, not his own strength. He says that here, we are talking mostly about all the spiritual things. But he says here, but everything that has to do with the material, he has to know and to have faith that everything that Hashem does for him is good, is tov. משלא כבבם דיעביד לדקדקאיות ובלאי כולה אחרה, אלא כהה מסילה דהי. מתיישבה להגבירה בכל אתר דסתריך הכי נמי. And so he has to put his heart and have this faith, this strong faith in Hashem, without any other type of thoughts. It's like a way, a path, okay, that is ready, like to go through it. And it's a path that he can come in from different ways, but it's always there for him. In a way, it has to do. This is the right path, and this path is this path of emunah in Hashem, of faith, and this is the one that we should try to go in. So even if we don't go from the beginning, we know there's always a way to come in this path from further on, etc. But what is important is to realize what is the right path. And the right path is to have this emunah, this complete emunah in Hashem. Another explanation. When we say happy is the man that has strength in him. The strength, Oz, is what is the Torah. Hashem Oz le'amo yiten. Hashem gives strength to his people. Begin this tarich le'barnash de'tasek be'oraita lishmei de'kudsha b'lichu. So because man needs to study the Torah, L'Shem HaKadosh Baruch Hu, יכול מה להתעסק באורייתא ולהשתדל לשמע תו לב דלה יתברא. Because all the one that learn the Torah, but it doesn't do it for its own sake. That means he has an interest to do it. He said it would have been better that he wouldn't have been created. מסילות בלבבם, מה מסילות בלבבם? כמעט התמך. שולו להוכב בערבות ביה שמו. דהי אורייתא דהי השתדל בה. להרמה לקודשה בריחו, ולמבד להיטיבה בעלמה. He said, what is this path in their hearts? It is again this path that we're talking about is all this ways of the Torah. And what is the purpose of that? There's really two purposes. One is by studying the Torah, of course, that we give kavod to Hashem, right? Because we recognize what He does and that what He asks us to do is true. But at the same time, the other path is to help us, for us, what He does to us personally when we do all this mitzvot. This is the oz, this is the strength. Yaakov, kol avodoi avo lishma dekudsa b'lichu. He says, come and see Yaakov, all his acts were l'Shem, Kadosh Baruch Hu, for the sake of Hashem. Begin kach, kudsa b'lichu, hava imet adir. And that's why Hashem was with him all the time. Dela arde bine shechinta. And the Shekhinah did not leave him. Dela b'shata dekara le'Yitzchak le'Esav b'rei, Yaakov lahavataman. And when Yitzchak called Esav his son, Yaakov was not there. It's the Shekhinah that made it known to Rivka, and Rivka called Yaakov. He says, come and see, in that time, Esav would have gotten the beracha. Lo Yishlot Yaakov Lalmin. Yaakov will not have been able to Moshe, to dominate, huh? To rule. Yeah. On the land, we're talking about the land of Israel. אלא מעם קודשא בריחו אהבה וחולה בעדכי אתה כדכך הזה. But this was from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that Yaakov would bless, and that he would bless Yaakov and not Esav, because everything is from him. Shalom. Amen.